Prime Minister, we prepared a very short presentation to you, and we will try to show you in some minutes what we are doing with the Presidential Commission. As I told you, we are very proud of the results of this work, and I think you learned something about that. And if you have some questions, it's not a presentation that we use, wait until the end of the presentation to present some questions or something like that. If you have some questions during the presentation, you just stop and then we'll try to explain to you. Good. And I will pass the floor to Coronel Jefferson. He speaks better English than me, sometimes, not all the times. He is from the U.S. Army, and he is one of my directors here at the Secretariat. Please, Coronel.
Sir, based on our conversations, it seems that much of this will probably be reviewed. It sounds like you know a lot about the process already, but so we'll skim through it quickly and just cover some of the highlights. This is the agenda we'll follow. Talk a little bit about our efforts so far, our plan of action, and the conclusions.
Bill.
Sir, on the
Slide
back
there. Okay.
Sir, back in February, President Martelly requested that the IADB support the training of 20 Haitian students at the Inter-American Defense College, as well as support for the creation of a National Defense White Paper. The board that announced, the Inter-American Defense Board announced its support for this decision on the 26th of March, formally, in a meeting here at the IADB. Sir, I certainly don't want to insult your intelligence, but I have captured a few bullets about what we think a white paper should cover. Certainly, it allows the government and the Haitian community to understand the opportunities and challenges for future defense and security needs. It's an authoritative report that helps understand the problem, but it's a tool of a participatory democracy. It's not a policy commitment per se. It raises awareness of policy issues among the government and the public to encourage an exchange of ideas and analysis of the situation. And it's a means of presenting a government policy idea prior to introducing legislation. What it is not is a force generation document. It is not something that's going to design a future army per se. It's not going to say how many battalions or platoons a country would need. It gives a general idea of the security needs, the security threats. Last spring, we held 9 technical meetings between the IADB and Haiti's delegation. In 3 of these meetings, various experts from throughout the international community attended, including one from the Perry Center here in Washington, D.C., the Inter-American Defense College, the National Defense University, as well as, and also at one of the meetings was the former Secretary General of the OAS, Ambassador Luigi Einaudi. The IADB presented and proposed a work schedule on May 16th to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Dully Brutus, and Defense Minister Lena Renault. It was a very ambitious schedule, but we believe that it's a schedule that we can accomplish in meeting the goals of the Haitian government and completing the task sometime later in the spring. On June 10th as well, the IADB provided input on for the ultimate presidential decree announcing the creation of the study of this white paper, as well as the Presidential Commission. Additionally, in June, a delegation from Brazil and other countries participated in a technical meeting on white papers, a workshop here at the IADB. The name of the white paper, encouraged by the Inter-American Defense Board, was intended to reassure and calm concerns about the creation of a security force in Haiti, not exclusively used for typical police tasks. So it was a bit generalized because we didn't want to get into the political aspect of the situation. That would be something, a sovereign decision of Haiti, not for the IADB to weigh in on. The IADB's vision, if this process be presented as a confidence and security building measure externally, as well as a pedagogical role internally. This transparent and academic process identifies strategic threats and risks in the current environment, including the likely drawdown of MINUSTAH. We have a three-phase plan of action: preparation, execution, and dissemination. The very first step in the execution phase was a workshop here in Washington, D.C. in August. The goal was to share knowledge and national experiences from various countries with their national experiences on white papers. Also to establish a draft of the strategic vision for Haiti for the next 20 years. 4 thematic axes were chosen, and a roadmap for the rest of the process was established. Very hard to read from there, sir, but I'd like to point out that a mix of participants from across Haitian society attended the workshop. Ambassador Brutus, the Minister of Defense, Mr. Ambassador, Mr. Leon Charles, Colonel Cyprien, General Abram, Ambassador Francois Benoit, Monsignor André Pierre, Mr. Denis Hervé, Dr. Georges Michel, Mr. Lucien Borges, Mr. Fred Brutus, and Ms. Gayette Gayot. A cross-section across Haitian society from journalism, academia, government, military, from the Catholic Church, etc., to get a wide array of perspectives in the process. Other participants included the ambassador from the OAS, and Adam Blackwell, from the Secretariat of Multidimensional Security, UN Special Representative to Haiti, Sandra Honoré, the MINUSTAH Deputy Force Commander, Brigadier General Jorge Peña Leyva, delegation chiefs from the IADB from various countries, including the United States, as well as experts from the National Defense University and the Inter-American Defense College. Again, very hard to read from there, but I'd like to point out that UN Special Representative to Haiti, Sandra Honoré, presented a briefing on the current situation in Haiti, including the status of the National Police and the need to increase their numbers from 11,000 to 15,000 by 2016. She highlighted some of the current law and order security problems in some geographic areas. However, Ms. Honoré announced that the UN supports Haiti's white paper initiative with the IADB. Another key presentation was that of the Deputy Force Commander from MINUSTAH, who briefed on the current situation and various courses of action for the future as MINUSTAH reduces its presence in the coming years. In the second and third days of the workshop, the Haitian participants debated the potential elements of their strategic vision and determined the risks and threats in the following areas: their society, health, economy, security, culture, and defense. Expert professors from RESDAL, Argentina, the Chilean Ministry of Defense, and the Brazilian Ministry of Defense, as well as the Inter-American Defense College, participated in the workshop. The strategic vision, the draft strategic vision is on the screen in front of you. Haiti, a democratic society where the human being, his dignity, freedom, prosperity, and security are goals without exclusions of any type, in accordance with the wishes of the founding fathers of the country. Haiti, a state with respect for the rule of law that promotes democratic peace and honors its regional and international commitments. Haiti, an economically fair and socially modern state that consolidates its democratic institutions and is dedicated to the care of the environment. In summary, Haiti, a sovereign, peaceful country focused on social and economic development with a conviction to protect its citizens from all risks and threats. The Presidential Commission is listed
from the Presidential Commission.
So the Presidential Commission, the members of the commission are listed in front of you. This commission is charged by President Martelly to organize and manage the white paper process. Again, a cross-section of people from throughout Haitian society. There have been 4 analytical workshops conducted in Haiti based on the chosen thematic axes. The Director General and the IADB staff traveled to Haiti for the following workshops. In September 17th, the Presidential Commission, as well as participants from Haiti, studied the strategic vision, challenges, and opportunities. In October 7th, security and its contribution to national stability. On the 8th, Haiti's development and the promotion of democratic institutions. And on the 28th, national defense and its contribution to world peace. Experts from Argentina, Chile, and the Perry Center facilitated the workshops. The results from each of these 4 workshops will form a portion of the white paper. Additionally, 2 members of the Presidential Commission will participate in a workshop on Monday in Rio de Janeiro on the experiences of Latin American countries with their white papers. The Director General and I will also travel along with Ambassador Benoit and Colonel Cyprien to attend the workshop. A very important part of the second step, execution, is the special workshop tentatively scheduled for February 2015 to consolidate the conclusions of the previous workshops. It is planned that workshop will be held here at the IADB. And the final part of step 2 is the creation of the drafts of the white paper for the redaction committee to present them to authorities and pertinent organizations. This should occur before April 2015. While maintaining the final month of May as a reserve time in case any additional work is required. And finally will be the white paper publication and translation, a very important step that will be done by the Haitian government. Sir, pending questions, that's the end of my briefing.
Thank you very much. I would have 2 questions. One, how many countries in Latin America already have a white paper? How many countries?
That's a great question. I know there are numerous. We're aware that Chile, Argentina, Paraguay, Brazil.
Uruguay has a sort of white paper also. They are developed now an up-to-date of these documents that they will call white paper also. And Peru has one also. And I am not sure if Venezuela has a white paper. Colombia has a white paper also. And I'm not sure about Ecuador. But I think 8 countries in South America have white paper.
Yes, sir.
One comment I would like to make. I was very happily surprised, happily to see the member of that Haitian delegation. All of them are people well known for their competence, for the love for the country, and for planning the Africa Minister. I know most of them, and I believe it was very good to include people from the various sector of the Haitian society. Only one point I may add is most of the people there, they live only in Port-au-Prince. And I am a fan of decentralization.
Yes, sir. And I would like to mention on that point that the participants in the workshop there are many more participants than just the commission. There's some 30 participants that sit at the tables. Usually we ask that the members of the commission disperse amongst the various tables in the workshop, and they sit there. 1 or 2 of the commission members sit with 10 or so participants in the workshop. And it's our understanding that those participants are from further out. They're not just from Port-au-Prince. They've been specifically requested.
We had already had more than 120 participants from all over the country.
So I welcome that because, you know, the problem of Port-au-Prince is not the problem of Haiti.
Yeah, of course.
And those people who
It's
live in
a
Port-au-Prince,
particular
they
one.
call the Republic of Port-au-Prince,
Yeah, yeah.
and they don't know what is happening.
Yeah.
And among the different tasks I can see for that defense to help the environment or health problem, when you go to the northwest part of the country,
Yeah.
you go to Port-au-Prince, you go to Mont Saint-Nicolas, in that area, and the problem in the northeast, the North Organizé.
In Brazil, we have the same problem.
I know.
Brazil, the
northeast
people in
Brazil,
Brasilia.
I know, this is it. But unfortunately, we have the problem in Haiti, but we never address the problem really.
Yeah.
And everything we're doing, people in Port-au-Prince want to take over. And they believe Port-au-Prince is Haiti, and Port-au-Prince is not Haiti. And as long as we consider Port-au-Prince being Haiti, Haiti will go nowhere. Because we have to see the decentralization
Yeah, yeah.
and call people from the different departments and to go and to bring their concern and what they would like to, what they expect from a force like that. I suspect an initiative like this one should be, to me, the first step to look at Haiti on a completely different manner, not the traditional way to look about Haiti problem. So if you make sure, because there are a lot of people who live in Port-au-Prince, maybe were born in the province, but they forget completely what happened in there. So I really would like to call your attention
Yeah,
and to
yeah,
talk
sure.
to the president, to talk with the member, to make sure they make people come from the rest of the country to express themselves also.
Yes, sir.
You can see this on the results of the workshop. You can see this very clear, that the results don't come only from the people who had their minds in Port-au-Prince.
Okay. All
The
right.
results
One of the many workshops.
show us that
Yeah, there was a participation of
Yeah,
people from,
yes,
because
yeah.
one of those 3 workshops we had in Haiti, I believe it was the second one, we had delegation from all over the country.
yes,
They were
yeah,
invited by
yeah,
the Ministry of Defense.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I want to push more, I would say maybe one at a time. It would be good to have one of those meetings, not in Port-au-Prince, but maybe in Cape Haitian. You know, no, I'm telling you because you know, I remember when I was in government, United Nations every year will present the report to the situation. You know what I asked the UNDP representative? I went with them on each one of the department and present the report to the population, and they reacted very positively. They are interested, but they never participated in those things. And for what you're doing, to have a long-term positive respect, we have to get them involved. Maybe one day, why not? And now that the government is taking initiative of government Lakai, why not you have all those meetings also, one in Port-au-Prince? Those places that we have ignored all over our history, one in Port-au-Prince, one why not? And to bring them and make them know what you are doing. It will be good for you also, and the perception the population will have. Now, another question I will have, it is regarding the sector interested. I remember you have health. Can I see this again?
Yes, sir.
I saw health. Society, health, economy, security, culture, defense. Well, those words are quite, I would say, general.
Yes.
And but I did a lot of work with the South Command when I was in, and one of the aspects, and General Abraham was participating in that also with me. It is on the disaster in terms of hurricanes. We have hurricanes every
Disaster relief
Yeah.
management. Disaster relief
disaster relief management. This I don't see that. I don't know if maybe under those titles you include that, but it might be a very important sector to consider because
No,
the geography.
It's under
this was
security.
one of the
I know it is what my first comment was. They are very general. They
Yes.
can cover everything you want.
yeah, this
But-
is one of the priorities established by the commission.
General, if it is one of the priority, I would like to see period as
Yeah,
priority.
yeah, yeah.
The weight is there in security. The world is very large.
Yeah,
Security,
sure,
what,
sure.
that could mean a lot of things, and they are positive at the same time. But the disaster, this is something, you know, I'm talking from my experience. You know, when it starts raining, when I was Prime Minister, I go to sleep, it is rain. I cannot sleep at night because I don't know in the morning what I will find in the Port-au-Prince. My only concern was one day what we call the Monde de l'Hôpital will just fall on Port-au-Prince. So I believe this is a subject that needs a special attention, a special concern for that, and that to me, if we can highlight it, not under security, but under disaster relief for the population, because the entire country now is exposed to that, and that could be one. It is one. I stop here because.
Oh, yes, sir. That's a wonderful point. And yes, we did start very general with broad themes, broad topics. And during the workshops, the tables were asked to discuss these issues. And I think if you see in the 7th of October, security and its contribution to national stability, that was certainly one of the issues discussed in the workshop and should be captured in the final white paper as issues with natural disasters.
Hopefully.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully. But I really make that strong suggestion, you know, you put that as one of the sub part of the discussion. Because I still remember some of them are from, Fred Boutus is from the same hometown with me, from Gonaïves. But he's lost to Gonaïves, like I'm lost to Gonaïves, you know. But we have to get some people from Gonaïves to be there, or from Port-au-Prince, or from those, you know, because when the river, La Quinte in Gonaïves come, the Hurricane Jeanne destroyed the city, you know. Why? Because there is no maintenance. The trees have been cutting all over Mamlad and down to the Pilbara, and nothing to stop the water. So that disaster relief needs a very long-term approach. And okay, I think I better stop because I'm not a member of the thing. I'm speaking too much now.
You should be. Now you'll be a special advisor.
Well, but you know, I don't know for Latin America, for Haiti, when you have been, and you are ignored. It's too bad we don't take into consideration the experience of those who have been in power. You always have been, you know. And but everybody, they don't realize they will become has been through, and they receive a place for the has been. Well, but I'm thinking about I live, you know, as the head of the government and the problem we have, and how you can help the country.
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
I have to thank you to give me a chance to participate and to talk to you about that, you know, and I have to thank my
We have to add this to our files, our records.
Yes, as I told you, I talk very closely with the South Command in the front. It's a matter of at the end, they give me a big medal from South Command for the way I work hardly with them and cover.
I've heard, I'm not familiar with the details, but I've heard that they assisted with some warehouses with some equipment that's available for emergencies, natural disasters.
Yes, we even had a former jail to reserve. You are there, Leandro.
Yes, sir.
When we have the discussion with Colonel Lapierre was there. Colonel Lapierre was there, yes, and we were trying, and Chirabam was in it, you know, we wanted to have an approach because the population from June to end of October, we don't know what will happen. Every night when it starts raining. Today I saw in the internet there is a bad weather in the north. Before the hurricane would come mostly in the south. And they would come. I don't know what has happened now to the hurricanes now. They really changed their mind. They're taking all the woods, you know. But fortunately, I'm happy in Florida. They avoid Florida. They go to the eastern, avoid, you know, to New York. There is more thing for them to do. Anyway, let me tell you, thank you very much to give me chance for
No, it's very important to have a presence like you here. I'd like to finish this short meeting. Tell you that first, thank you very much for coming. It is an honor and a pleasure to have people like you here at the Inter-America Defense Board, especially you, sir. I consider you, just reading something about your biography, one of the Haiti's assets. And I think for us, to have your presence here, to listen to your comments. They are very important for us because you are a very experienced person and you are one of the most important personalities of Haiti. And this work, it's all hands work. And we are very proud of the results we have accomplished so far. And we have a lot ahead, but we are very confident that we'll succeed in this very important document for the state of Haiti. And I think the opportunity that you have on Monday to participate in this workshop in Brazil with many countries from South America, and we'll have a joint presentation. I will present some comments about our work, but Ambassador Francois Benoit will also talk to the audience about what we have been doing during these months. And I think people will learn that we are doing a very serious job, and for sure we will have this document that will be, in our opinion, a very good reference for everybody, not only Haiti, but it will be a very good example for everybody in this hemisphere, and for the international community also. Then thank you very much for coming again, and I'd like to pass to your hands. It's just a souvenir from our Casa del Soldado. Since the Inter-America Defense Board was established, this was its first place.
Thank you very much.
Them to remind.
Thank you for that. And let me say,
Yeah, if you. This is a very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Maybe my final thanks is to tell you, I am very happy when I heard the name of the two persons who will represent the board in Rio next week. I know both of them. Francois Benoit is someone I know very, very, very well. And it's a matter of fact, he was a member of the Electoral Council when I was Prime Minister. He's a first-class officer and very competent. He has suffered a lot from Haitian politics, but his suffering has not reduced at all his faith in the future of Haiti. He's good to be there. I know Cyprien very well because he was almost in the staff of General Nofi when we have the CNJ, and General Nofi was my classmate. We were a good friend. We were in the same house, and I used to meet with Cyprien when he was at the time maybe a captain or a colonel. And he's a very competent military. And you have two, I should say, among the very best of Haiti has produced in the military that will be there, that really reinforce my faith in what you are doing. But that faith was built up by Ambassador Brutus when he was at the OS. Although he was here, although I was not in government, but we are friends. I was the one who appointed him as ambassador to OAS, and we remained friends all over those years. And he always discussed with me some of the difficult problems or issues, and he has discussed with me what the initiative he was taking here. He was telling me President Mateli was coming. He was always asking my view. He knows that I am a member of no political party. I've never been a member of any political party, but I really want, Haiti is my party, and I would like to see Haiti coming better every day. And any initiative that could help Haiti progress, I am for it. And I am for this project. I will support it in a way you believe that could be possible. And I hope your success, and I hope we could be able in July 2015, President Mateli will have the decree, will start the execution process. and that will be the beginning of the gradual withdrawal of MINUSTAH. And it is a very important year for us Haitians, 2015. It will be, as I said, the 100th anniversary of the American occupation. If we can celebrate that by saying we are putting an end to the confiscation somehow, between quotation marks, of our sovereignty, we are going in the way to cover our sovereignty. That will help the Haitian people psychologically to rebuild confidence in themselves, to solve their problem, and not to count only on other people to solve their own problem. So support it 100%. You can count on me. I am not too far, just in Boca Raton, and I love Washington. I have 3 daughters living in Washington. Anytime I come to Ambassador Bush, it gives me the best treatment. I will come back here always with pleasure, or by telephone, or by you, or by Skype, and we can talk and discuss if I can make any contribution.
Thank you very
You
much.
can call me.
I would appreciate it. I have a cousin who lives in Boca Raton.
Really? Oh, so
Yes.
you will come?
When I go there, yes, I will visit you also.
And we
okay?
will go to some Brazilian restaurant.
Yeah, sure.
And eat something. Okay?
I have learned so many things in Haiti. And one thing that I am using is that l'union fait la force.
Union fait la force. This is true. Okay. Let me give you my card.
Thank you. And this is what I give you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Thank you. Let me leave you my address. I know you are a snowbird.
And now,
Okay.
I'm shifting, actually, I'm shifting to Virginia. I'm a nomad, I just keep changing. I think I will be retiring from the Army someday, and I'll have to settle in Virginia.
Good. You have no tax.
hein?
That's right. It's better than Virginia.
No, pero ahorita. Compañero de México, un placer.
Mucho gusto.
¿De qué país?
Son de Colombia.
De Colombia, qué bueno. Vecino.
Sí.
Qué bueno. Un placer.
Gracias.
Estar aquí con ustedes. Ok, gracias. Alors mes amis haïtiens, comment ça va? Il y a beaucoup de vous, je ne connais pas les jeunes, je ne les connais plus. Comment ça va?
On vous connaît tous.
Oui, parce que vous avez la chance de me voir à la télévision, des photos, des choses comme ça. Comment ça va? Et oui,
Moi, on s'est déjà vu quand vous étiez Premier ministre en Haïti, on a participé à un colloque sur la latinité. Vous étiez là.
oui.
J'ai fait ma présentation, vous m'avez félicité.
Ah, voilà, en tout cas, je suis content de voir.
Il est ministre conseiller à la mission.
Et à Miss Social, je suis très content de voir cette équipe de jeunes, à côté de jeunes l'ambassadeur aussi.
N'est-ce pas?
Moi, je plaide toujours pour le transfert générationnel. Les autres, nous devons partir, mais quand on part, il faut continuer à s'intéresser au pays quand même, et à partager quelle que soit l'expérience qu'on a eue. On a eu au nom du pays. Pour le pays, il ne faut pas garder ça pour nous-mêmes, il ne faut pas partager tout ça. Et c'est pour ça, quand je le vois, on est toujours ensemble et toujours disponible vis-à-vis de vous. Compliments et bonne chance. Hein? D'accord. Monsieur Bonnet, ça va? Ça va. Ok. Ok, alors ceux-là.